We're live, by the way.
Good. Can we continue our conversation?
We can continue our conversation. So this is what I'm wondering.
I'm angry.
Does he understand what's going on? Does he understand the mood of the public? Does he understand that everyone else can see it and he can't?
Everybody can see it, can't they? Everybody can see, all cramped together. All cramped together in the middle of the park. All he's got to do is spread it out a little bit more. We played 4-4-2 for 4 minutes yesterday and scored 2 goals. Unbelievable.
I was giving him loads of credit, thinking he's either totally inept or is this master tactician that's gonna get it exactly right, and he's playing in such a way that he's going to get you just over the line. When you play some better teams that push on.
Yeah, he's going to change it. Yeah,
he can go again. He's got more left in the tank, sort of thing. But I just don't think that's the case.
No, it's not the case. We've got so many good players, right? And he's not bringing them on last night. I'm thinking to myself, you put your best team out with a bit more width, and you say to those guys, right, you've had a long season, you've got 60 minutes to literally murder yourself. Go nuts. Go absolutely nuts. And then I'm going to bring the other guys on who are equally brilliant, and they can go nuts. Instead, they're like slouching around the pitch in like slow mo. Even when you see him in the interview afterwards, you think, so placid. Come on, want some fire?
I don't think they're slouching around. I think they're trying. I think they're trying really hard, but it's just not.
No, they are trying really hard. They are trying really hard, but there isn't the sense of urgency. That's what I mean. Like, there's no. You see an odd person like suddenly put a big effort in, and you're thinking it's not good enough.
Because it's all very central. Them centre backs must have passed it to each other 200 times last night.
Yeah, and then when we play up the pitch, everybody's in the middle, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all pass it to a deep midfielder, and they go, "Well, I can do this job. Don't need this deep midfielder there."
I know.
They just need some bit.
Foden picks the ball up, and he's got Bellingham within 5 yards of him every single time.
Yeah. And you're like, Bellingham doesn't want to release it. He wants to do everything himself.
Yeah, but when he's got Foden 5 yards away, he's not going to pass it to him, is he?
No.
Oh, it infuriated me. It's infuriated me every single game.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we talk about fishing?
We could do. Yeah, we could do. So, talk to me about fishing.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? I always like it. Monday morning, you get a chance to hear from a few people and see what's going on. I'll tell you what, Rob. We are in the midst of a really, fishing is hard at the moment. Like, there is not a lot of fish being caught compared with what you might expect. Now, I always have a rule, right? I don't go river fishing until I always try to say mid-July.
Yeah, you're talking about natural venues, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about both at the moment here.
Because I think commercial venues on the peg or the area, you're catching a lot of fish.
They are, but I was just chatting to, for example, Nigel at Barston, and when they're getting like algae crashes and the water clearing up and it's taking the oxygen, not just his lake, all the lakes, like oxygen is low. So obviously fish don't feed in the same way when it's like that. Of course, you get, some smaller lakes that have got good aerators and all the rest of it, keeps it turning over. It's great. But you can tell it. You can tell it on the rivers. Rivers are deeper pegs where there's a few fish gathered, like hiding, where normally in this time of year, the fish are exploring the shallows. We had a feeder mast on the river, yeah. And I'm going to say, for 30 years that I've fished on the river, yeah, I've never seen weights as low as they were yesterday on a summer match, because it looked relatively fair because it was rubbish for everybody. But, there's so many fish in there, but the fish just aren't in that mood for feeding, are they?
No, we've had that really cold, sort of rainy, high pressure, low pressure, low pressure, constant throughout spring up until sort of like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, every single venue, I don't know about you, Lee, but every single venue that you look at has got that peaty, brown, tea-coloured tinge. Not tea-coloured, like coffee coloured tinge. And that's like a dead algae. That's just like an algae explosion that's just all died off. The
Right,
Trent,
taking all the oxygen, isn't it?
yeah, taking all the oxygen. I went on the Trent on Wednesday. That was the same. Just walked down the canal this morning with the dog. Exactly the same colour. Not like boat stirred it up colour. It's that algae blue colour. Boston last week when we had our coaching day, same colour. And I know that some venues are even saying, look, we're just going to have to close these lakes for the minute because the fish aren't happy and we can't have a match on there because the fish aren't happy. It's just...
Seen a couple of lakes like that say that. And that's obviously we all still want to go fishing, which is fine. But I think your expectations of what you're going to catch at this moment in time need to be low. Like, we sometimes expect to catch more in winter than what we're catching right now. I've seen it lots of times before, Rob. You said it a couple of weeks ago. Tell me when we haven't had at least 30 minutes of rain on a day, right? And we then had 4 or 5 days week 4, when it was like 27 degrees for 4 or 5 days. But then last week it rained every single day here where I am, like at least for 30 minutes, an hour. Wake up in the morning, it'd be wet outside. Just that little bit of fresh water all the time is stopping like weed growth. Like down on the river, there's hardly any weed compared to what there normally is by now.
No.
So it's like stopping weed growth. Like I say, it's killing off the algae, and it's not, as a result, low oxygen in the water. So
I'll tell you what, there is a real lack of, Lee, on when I was on the river, any dace and those little fish that love that oxygenated water.
Yeah,
it was sort of like big fish in little pockets or
nothing. Yeah. Well, I was speaking to somebody who went, I saw the Riverfest qualifiers this weekend. They were horrific, like absolutely horrendous. And obviously Feeder Masters was the same on the year. And even like I say, some big. There was a match. I was speaking to Nigel. Barston's, in my opinion, probably, certainly the top, one of the top 3 commercials in the country. It's such an amazing place, loads of fish, and there was people not catching any fish at all. And they're obviously doing what they can with aerators and fountains and bits and bobs, but the fish just aren't in the mood at the moment, are they? They're still all in there.
But we had a good day at Boston, didn't we?
We had a great day. Yeah, we had a great day because our day was based around coaching. So we had like a group coaching day where we spend like the whole entire morning showing the methods, showing the techniques, showing the details. And then the guys get a chance to go off and do it for themselves in the afternoon. And even though the fishing wasn't up to its usual high standards, we still managed to look at everybody and give them that little bit more of advice, didn't we?
We say it wasn't up to high standards. Obviously, the fish were cruising around. It was a really hot day. I'm very dark, aren't I?
Yeah.
It was a very hot day, and the fish were cruising around. There was 3 or 4 anglers that caught sort of like 8, 9, 10 carp a piece. Everyone else caught some beautiful carp too. So those anglers have had sort of like 80 to 100 pound in an afternoon session. So
of course,
it's still been really good fishing.
Yeah,
Boston's a place that I think the amount of fish that were on the surface was unreal, wasn't it? It shows.
I've never, like you said, when we can't see them on the surface, that's what's under the surface. It was literally thousands upon thousands of fish all the way across, because it was red hot and still, like you say. And it's just not conditions conducive to catching fish. Catching a lot of fish, that's obviously seven or 8 carp is often the lowest number that gets caught in one of our things, isn't it? So.
Right, it's just a few people saying hello. So Wayne Harris, afternoon lads. Tony Price, afternoon lads. Kevin Edwards, sometimes to win trophies you have to play boring football. It's the result that matters. I bet you weren't saying that 93 minutes in, Kevin.
Yeah.
Stephen Armstrong, afternoon gentlemen. Mick Tonks, hi guys, just had a £6 bream at Windermere. So Mick's fishing
at Windermere.
Let us know how you're catching Mick, and if you get any more, please. I know he's been going there and catching a few. Scott Kit, afternoon lads. So obviously a few people watching, a few people following what we do. We need to touch on the latest video that we've released before we do that, because obviously we've got a competition winner to announce as well. We've got a competition to choose and to announce in a little while. But before we do that, let's talk about the latest stuff that we've been doing, because we've released another underwater video now. By my admission, your admission, it's not the clearest. We've had some crystal clear water conditions in the past. This isn't the most crystal clear water conditions. And in actual fact, sometimes the fish just come in and annihilate the peg because they've got their head down feeding. But what we did see in this, when the water was clear enough, was some amazing behaviour towards rigs, towards bait that we were feeding, different amounts of bait that we put in the peg, different rigs. Does your pole tip spook the fish when you ship over the top of them? Does your pole pot spook the fish when you ship over the top of them? Long line, short line, we saw all of that, and we saw it, so clearly. It was like night and day, a lot of that. It's been a really interesting bit of a watch. I'll see if I can get a little bit up actually while you tell everyone about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important to what you say. Obviously, like you say, the fish clouded it up and coloured it up, but ultimately, when we're trying to show a certain style of edge fishing in this video that we think is really, really important at the moment in catching a lot of fish, and why certain things might work and not work by seeing evidence of the fish that are there. Like Rob says, how they react to different situations. And quite frankly, it's brilliant because if you want to watch for yourself, so you can like listen to us and see our rig, but you can actually see under the water the amount of fish and, like Rob says, their behavior, whether they're there or not. Obviously, you never know when you put your rig in, generally, if the fish are there or not. It's a 3 foot deep margin, so it's a standard. I'm going to say a lot of fisheries, you're going to have a 3 foot deep margin. So, the way we went about it was bang on, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get this. Because it's only a little advert, but I'm going to see if I can. Because this is a bit of a tease off everybody, the sort of things that we managed to get. Because, like I say, it was fantastic to actually see. See if I can get this on the screen. If I can get this, I'd just be like, I'll feel like who's a computer whiz kid? I don't know. Here we go. Can you see that, Lee?
No. Oh, here it comes.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, this is you talking.
Me talking?
Can you see the screen?
I can see your screen, yeah. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, you must be able to see the fish coming in, yeah? So float in the corner.
We can't slow down. Hang on. We can't see that at the moment. We've got final cut on the screen.
Oh no, it's not working then, is it?
No, it's not. We've just got final cut.
Oh well.
Well, you tempted us. Anyway, there's some evidence.
Try my hardest.
Smoothly done, yeah.
Right.
Look, it's a brilliant insight. So if edge fishing plays a major part in your fishing or any fish behavior in reality, it was a brilliant thing to do. And while we were there, we got some other bits and bobs for later in the year. So some exciting stuff basically for edge members, and some very exciting stuff for edge members. Rob, tell them what we're doing tomorrow. I think you should tell them what we're doing.
So tomorrow. At the minute, we're just getting ready because we're going Ireland tomorrow. Woo-hoo. We've got a very, very special guest that we're going to. It's not going to be Lee grilling me or me grilling Lee on the box. We've got a special guest. Now, we know that Irish style fishing quite important to a lot of you guys, especially later in the year when there's a lot of festivals, August, September, October. Mick Tonks is telling me how he's catching his bream at the minute. He's just 5 dead reds, double corn. Kev Tipton has had 5 bream, 5 hybrids, window feeder, herring corn. Classic.
Lovely life,
so we're going to Ireland. Loads of festivals happening in Ireland. Loads of people still go to Ireland. And we felt that we needed something Irish-based on the website. So we're off to Ireland tomorrow. We're going to go and film with a superstar angler. We're not going to tell you who it is, but let's just say he was part of the Irish gold-winning feeder team this year. So obviously he knows his stuff. He knows Ireland like the back of his hand. because he's fished it since he was a boy. Some would say still a boy.
Some would say still a boy.
Some would say still a boy. And we're going to actually absolutely grill him on the box, find out how he attacks, obviously, big Irish waters. But not only is it going to be relevant for big Irish venues, it's going to be relevant for other venues as well. So some big reservoirs in the UK. I'm sure the tactics that he's going to show us tomorrow are going to be really relevant. So we're getting on a plane tomorrow, flying over. We're filming during the day, flying over back home the day after. We're fortunate as well. We're stopping at one of probably, I don't know if it's the best, certainly one of the best places in Ireland to stop. We're going to see our friend Francis.
Yeah, we are going to see Angler's Rest. I have to say the food. I'm just looking forward to the food. It's like the best ever. Do you know, I once went and stopped with him, and I was really poorly, and he said, "Oh, you know, you're gonna come down for some food," and I was that poorly I couldn't eat, and it was like one of those situations where, you know, like a beautiful woman stood there going, "Come on, what are we doing? Are we having?" And you just go, "Nah, I can't. I don't feel very well." That's what I felt like.
No,
obviously, that happens to me all the time, Rob. So,
yeah,
you know, but that's how I felt, because the food was so amazing. So I cannot wait to see Francis and eat some of his fantastic food.
I've not seen Francis for a couple of years. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
cracking play.
So, yeah, but look, again, diverse content, interesting content for all you guys out there. You know, we've just done underwater margins. We've just spent the last 3 or 4 months focusing on elements of commercial fishing that we think will really help you guys. And obviously, it'll be really nice to go and look at an Irish style approach, which will apply to every single big venue you ever go to. So, you know, it'll be brilliant.
Just to get into I'm not going to say the guy's name, but his mentality and his ideas as well towards it all.
Arguably one of the most successful guys in Ireland in the last 5 years. So
and I'm going to put him up there.
And on the world stage.
On the world stage.
Both float and feeder. So he's a good lad. Anyway, we shall see him.
We'll see him tomorrow. We'll let you know how that goes, ladies and gents. So we have got the important job of drawing the winner for the latest competition. We've been running a few competitions now on a website called cuttingedgecomps.co.uk. There's competitions running nearly all the time, not loads and loads, but just 1, maybe 2 competitions running where you can win the stuff that Lee and I use. So the latest competition was to win 2 feeder rods, 2 reels, plus feeder accessories that Lee's been using up at Southfield. Obviously, Lee's been having a great run at Southfield. We thought, why not give you guys the opportunity to win the kit that he's been using? As we always say, whether it's on our videos or our group days, we love the idea of putting you guys on the same starting line as us. And sometimes it's come back to bite us, hasn't it, Lee? Because we've maybe drew next to a Edge subscriber or someone that's been on our group days and they've pushed us close or even beat us. So it's come back to bite us a couple of times. But we love the idea of putting you on the same starting line. So you've got a chance of winning the kit. It's been really well supported as well at the moment. So thank you very much. And for our latest competition, Lee, if you want to pull up shall I add that to the screen?
Yeah, you can. I've shared it, so you add it.
Yeah, I'll add that to the screen. So you run through how we're going to go about this draw, because obviously everyone enters. They get given a ticket number when they enter, which runs down the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Because we've got 3,000 tickets available, and we've had 800. You'll tell me in a minute. 800 applicants. We assign those tickets into numerical order.
Yeah.
And then give you a draw number down the left-hand side.
Yeah. So that's so what Rob's saying is exactly how it works. You can see there, 801 people entered this competition, and effectively, like Rob says, when you buy a ticket, you might buy more than one ticket. You get ticket numbers. They can be anything from 1 to 3,000. So once you've got your ticket numbers, we then put them in numerical order down this side. And then to make sure the draw is as efficient as possible, we then put a draw number along this side from 1 to, in this case, Rob, 801. Right. So somebody between 1 and 801 is about to be drawn out. And they are going to win, like Rob said, a feeder fishing bundle from Preston Innovations, which is 2 Ascension feeder rods, which are the rods that I use at Southfield all the time. And we've done a live video at Southfield Reservoir. So you're watching on YouTube. You can go on our YouTube channel. It's free to watch. Basically, talking about a recent match that I managed to win the match and qualify for the Feeder King final. So you've got 2 11 for Ascensions, 2 Centris SD 520 reels, which are just fantastic bits of kit. There's some braid there, some pre-tied hooks, a few of the feeders that I've used. So somebody is going to win that. And we have, like Rob says, competitions running like this all the time where we're going to go and do a live video, at like I'll be a live match or a bit of a challenge or something like that. And the gear that relates to where we're going, we've obviously got something there for you guys to try and win, which is obviously nice. You can decide, it's up to you. You don't have to enter. You can enter 100 times. You can enter once. It's totally and utterly up to you. So here are all the entrants. Rob, are you going to get the old random number generator up?
I am, mate. Right. So we're going to do it by Google random number generator, because Google is nice and impartial. Here we are. So hopefully, unlike our underwater episode earlier, you can see this screen. Can you, Lee?
Sure can, mate.
Right. So let's just reset this just to show you that it's working. So 1, 2, 10. Generate. Yeah, that's going to generate a number 2. Let's go reset it back to 0, 0, 0. Okay. Right. What have we got then, Lee? We've got 1, 2, 800.
801, Rob. Just go and check down here. So look, the last one, ticket number 801, or draw number 801, should I say, is down here. So you need 1 to 801 on your random number generator.
Superb. Okay then. Right. This is to decide who's going to win that amazing package. Like I say, all that feeder gear, this competition is being run all the time. So if this isn't your lucky day, you've got another chance on the website. Good luck, everybody. 173.
Low one today. Yeah, always change. Obviously, it's totally random. 173 it's a bloke called Mick Axon.
Wow.
173 is Mick Axon. Well, I can't believe it. Mick Axon. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Have you got it? Let's remove that. Add to stage. So just show that again, then, Lee. So,
here you go. Look. 173 is Mick Axon. All right. Wow. So look, you can see there all the people around him. So hard luck to these who just missed out. And he obviously, I don't know how many tickets Mick's bought there, but he was number 173. So yeah, all well done to Mick Axon. We will contact you and let you know that you have won the ultimate Preston Innovations feeder fishing bundle for Southfield Reservoir. Hopefully, Mick, you go to Southfield Reservoir.
And we know that Mick goes Southfield Reservoir
because he runs all the flipping matches there. So that is unbelievable that you've been drawn out there, pal. Congratulations to you. Well done to everybody else.
So well done, Mick. We'll obviously get that prize to you. Congratulations. There are, like I say, this competition being run all the time. So at the minute, there is a competition that you can enter for free to win some Dynamite Baits bait bundle. You can have obviously one go per person on that, because you just can't have a million goes on it because it's a free competition. So free competitions being run on the website. But also, you could also, because we're doing loads of margin stuff, we've got at the minute a Tournament Pro, brand new Tournament Pro margin pole. Now that's on the website. Have a go on that competition. If you've got any UK made Daiwa pole, it fits. So the mandrel fits, so it makes it a brilliant spare pole for those sort of extreme situations. But also, I've had it out, Lee. It's 9 meters. It's a beautiful pole to fish with. If your commercial fishery work is mainly margin fishing or short pole fishing with big fish, that would be the bit of kit that you'd use. It's a beautiful bit of kit. I think they retail sort of like just under £1,000 as well.
Wow,
fantastic item of gear that obviously you guys have got a chance to win. So we've been talking about commercial fishing. We've been talking about margin fishing. Get yourself over there, have a go. Congratulations to Mick. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's unbelievable. I can't.
What did cross my mind, Lee? If you scroll right to the top, because Stuart Ballard won our latest free competition.
He did. He was number one in this one.
And he got ticket number 1 on this one. I thought, oh no, Stu going to win it again.
Yeah, you never know. Well, he's got he'll have bought a few, I'm sure, Stu.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It,
I think that's great. Like I say, we're off to Ireland. Hopefully, Gareth Southgate gives one of us a call and we can put him right. I don't even need who he called. Lee.
I don't even need to fly out there, Rob. He could just literally do it on Zoom or something.
Yeah.
You know, just stop putting them all in the middle and tippy-tapping around. Honestly,
what we're saying, you've got to put Gordon on and you've got to put Palmer on.
For me, it's not about the personnel. It's not about the person. The personnel are amazing that he's got on the pitch, but like basically, you need to say to Foden, if you want to play, you're left winger. You're not coming in. Because Trippier gets it. There's no overlap. It's the same on the right hand side. Saka's doing it a bit better than Foden is, but then obviously say go nuts, chase it down, chase every ball, absolutely drain yourself, and then we're going to bring Anthony Gordon on, fresh legs. You didn't notice we brought Tooney on up front because Kane needs a strike partner. Kane needs a number 9. He's a number 10. So it's just ridiculous. We've got 3 people trying to play in the same position. Kane, Bellingham, and Foden all trying to play in the same position. Stupid.
You sorted it, didn't you?
I've sorted it. It's so easy. Saw it first game. You brought it on for 4 minutes and we scored twice. As I texted you last night, we played it for 4 minutes, scored twice.
Yeah. No, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me.
They're all so good, aren't they? They're all so good. We're so blessed with such good footballers. We just need to.
Here we go. Here's something that's important. Herman's just touched on something. You'll know more about this than me. England, bronze medal, Euro champs.
Hey, listen, that's a great shout. Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, listen, I like to try and keep in touch with the boys when they're out there. And it was a really interesting venue. But again, like venues here, basically the target fish were Bream. Bream was what won or lost you the medals. And there was bits where there were big areas of the section, Rob, where like everybody could catch a few. And then if you weren't in that area, you basically couldn't catch any. And England clearly had a really good plan for the bulk of the match because they've had 7 astonishingly good results. But where the fishing's been really poor, like disaster little areas, England have drawn 3 of those disaster areas, which obviously I think it gave them like 56 points with 3 people, which when you think about it, bearing in mind we're talking about the best of the best, and their teammates are scoring really low, it just went to show that you needed to avoid that. And if they'd have avoided one of those areas, they could have potentially won gold, but 9th on day 1, back to 3rd, just shows to me what an absolutely brilliant set of anglers they are. And obviously they've got a good thing going on at the moment. We always say any medal on the world stage is a fantastic medal. And this was the European Championships in Holland. And they've done brilliantly well. I believe that France won it, Slovakia second. Local team Holland were much further down. So, a great result for the boys over the weekend, in my opinion, because it doesn't always go to plan. I spoke to Matt Godfrey, who, very, 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 very rarely has a bomb out. And he was 18th on the first day, but he was then second in his section the second day, which goes to show how good their plan was. And Cameron Hughes, I think, had the exact reverse. He was second first day, 18 the second day. So it wasn't they definitely didn't have a hit or bust plan. They had a plan that was good for most of the areas. But when there's no fish in your area and the pegs plumb up really badly in that area, which is what they were telling me, they just needed that little bit of luck to even salvage a few more points. But when you've got the likes of Will Rays and Matt Godfrey, Cameron Hughes, who I class as not just some of the best in England, the best in the world, I think that just goes to show that there was a few horror pegs out there. So, well done to them on getting what I believe is a really.
You can tell because obviously the mood in the camp from them is like third is great.
It was great.
I'm not saying they're happy with third because obviously they want to win it, but you can just tell that they're not disappointed with third.
So they shouldn't be either. Like, this is all part of what you're doing when you do a European champs and a world championships in the float every single year. It is impossible to win every single year. You always want to win, but consistency proves how good they are. I believe they were second in the world in Spain in September. I don't think they were third. They got a medal anyway, and then they were third in sort of Europeans. They've won Europeans a few years ago. Really consistent results. Really consistent. I think to get back on the medal table again with those bad pegs was a great result for the lads. So well done to them over the weekend. A very, very impressive performance, I think.
Superb. Great way to end. Hopefully Mick Tonks carries on catching some bream. We'll make sure that Mick Axon gets all his gear. I'll carry on packing my case for Ireland.
Yeah.
You guys remember there's that competition to have a go at, plus the underwater stuff. You can watch the underwater stuff by joining on YouTube or go to the website. You can join the website as well. Enjoy your Monday, folks.